You are in a battle. I said this is a religious battle for the ability to believe in objective truth so that you don't have to defer to some expert to tell you what your eyes and ears and sense organs and instruments are actually telling you. And it's actually necessary for Marxists to shift us out of an objective frame into a subjective frame. And here's why. This is, in fact, the same question. The thing you're asking is the same question as why don't we know what a woman is anymore? And this is the key thing to understand. What is objective truth? What does objective truth mean? Objective truth means that you or me or anybody else can go out in principle. We can do the work, the real work, to figure out how to do it. And we can do the experiment. We can use our eyes. We can use our senses. We can use our instruments to find out for ourselves. We can make testable predictions. We can test those predictions. We can see what happens. And we can let the world arbitrate to us what's true and false, which is outside of any one of us. The world doesn't care about any of us. By the way, if you haven't grown up yet, the world doesn't care. So we can do the experiment. That's what's objectively true. Now, why don't we know what a woman is? So it mentioned queer theory. Queer theory operates by complicating categories or by queering things. That's what it's called. So they're trying to queer objective truth. The way that they do that is by sprinkling in something else into it. So with a woman, some men are women now. So woman is a complicated category. So nobody knows what a woman is. You have a woman sitting in front of the Senate to be confirmed, and eventually was confirmed, to sit on the Supreme Court, who's asked by Marsha Blackburn, Senator Blackburn, what is a woman? And she says, I don't know, I'm not a biologist, which was a transphobic answer, by the way. Biology shouldn't be able to determine that if she understood her gender ideology, but she doesn't. And the reason is because some men are women now, according to the official doctrine. Your senses, if you're at the doctor or whatever, they can't look at things and tell. They couldn't draw your DNA and look and see that you have 2 X chromosomes and determine, because like we hear with people in the ancient civilizations where we're digging up their bones in archaeology, well, we don't know how they identified, right? It's a subjective thing. Subjectivity is being sprinkled into the objective, and that's the goal. And why is that the goal? If Ketanji Brown Jackson can't tell us that she herself is a woman, what she's telling us is that we need a biologist. But even though that's the wrong thing, what we need is an expert who's going to tell us who's actually a woman, who's actually going to tell us if somebody's gay or straight, if it actually qualifies. The category's been complicated. If what is factually true about the world in engineering is actually factually true. And the way that's going to be determined is obviously in accordance with the ideology. What you're looking at in the broadest scope, and I don't know if you've ever looked this character up, is called Lysenkoism, which is where Soviet ideology pollutes a science that has consequences for life and limb. So it's laughable to think that engineering is not based on objective truth, or that sciences aren't pursuing objective truth very, very effectively with rigorous methods that actually do arbitrate off of the world and not off of people's subjective opinions. But what we're actually watching is the destruction of that, not just to destroy it, but because if they're able to say that there's no objective truth in engineering, then nobody can go do the experiment for themselves. They have to go to the commissar and ask them what the right answer to their engineering question is. And maybe that will be different if you're in a so-called protected category of identity or not. Maybe you got the wrong answer, but it's right because you're black. I'm not kidding. That's it in blunt language. And you can see the disaster. You can see the disaster coming. That's the purpose, though. You must understand, you are in a battle. I said this is a religious battle for the ability to believe in objective truth so that you don't have to defer to some expert to tell you what your eyes and ears and sense organs and instruments are actually telling you. And in every society that's got this wrong, millions of people have died.